All right, we're here with the Omicron Blue, video number 2. We're gonna try and get the motor apart today. Blades cleaned up. We got the case pretty nicely cleaned, as much as we can really do without going too crazy. So what we're gonna do is we got to get the clips. We want to get this part free. We got a clip here and here so that we have as much play with the wiring as we can get to move the motor around as we need, and hopefully these will break free. I use an old pair of an old 12-speed spindle, because this is gonna the rotor for the fan is gonna sit nicely right here. It works well on these particular General Electrics, so I'm going to use that and an old tape roll to give me some height so that it's lifted up. What I want to avoid is the motor falling down when I pull it free here. That's what we're trying to avoid. All right, let's give these a try. See if we can get any of these to come free here. There you go, not so bad. Pretty tight. A few of these have been pretty tight over the years. There we go, not so bad. All right, the motor's out. Very stiff. Now we just need to get it out from under the clips. Now we want to get these ones. These are the clips for the top part. Just pop them off. Huh. What's really funny, there's already 2 in here. I wonder what fan I forgot to put those on. Interesting. Or maybe they came off of that other GE, the basket case one that we put the... I have a Franken fan we did with some super electric blades. Maybe it came off of that. Maybe. But either way, this then gives us some room to work here a little bit, which is good. So here's what you're looking at. If you've never done this before, check it out. If you've done it before or you've seen my videos before, you know the deal. This is the plate. Behind this plate is the end of the shaft and a C-clip that holds it all together, because these motors have no front, as you can see. So that's all you got to do. You just got to get in there and pull the C-clip and hope it doesn't fly away and you never see it again. So far I've been fairly lucky in this department. We'll hope today will be the same. So let's, I don't know, I mean, Jordan Yu just has some sort of a glue they put on it, an epoxy. Jordan Yu, who's a great electrical hobbyist guy, and he has a lot of fans and things like that, great videos he puts out. He made a really good point. What I generally do is I generally drill in here. Now when you drill, most of the drill bit, because of the direction it's turning, the filings come out. They don't go in. But they could get in, and that would be bad, right? I agree 100% with all that. However, I don't have a sharp enough nail to do what he does. What he does is he just nails in through with a nail, and if you have a good sharp housing nail, it'll pop through there, and then you can pull your plate. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use a drill bit that's wide enough to use this screwdriver to help pry it out. That's the way I like to do it. Yeah, it's a little risky with the filings, but who the heck cares? This is an old fan, and we're giving it more of a shot than it's getting to shoot its last shot here, right? As the millennials say. So, anyway, that's the deal with this. That's what we're going to do. We're going to pull the plate and see if we can get her cleaned up. I grabbed a magnet so that I can pull up any filings if possible, you know. I don't know, whatever. We're just going to do it. All right, next we need to pry the plate out, which is not easy. And it'll get all bent out of shape. That's part of why it'll come out. And then when we go eventually to put it back in, we'll pound it flat with a rubber, with a mallet. Let's see if we can pop her out of here. Close. There we go, and there it is. That's why you wear protective eyewear. And there we are. So what you got here is you got your felt, which we're going to remove. I'll show you how I'll clean that. And then you got your washers and your C-clip here, as you can see. And we'll have to clean all this out. There's paint coming up. There's a little powdery stuff, maybe a little filings, maybe Jordan Yu's got a point, but I think what we're seeing is this stuff here, this sort of glue sealant that they put on, and then whatever's on the back, it's all oil and junk regarding all that, you know what I mean? So next is so these felts will run all the way down to the front. We'll see those in a minute. Let's get it moving here. I think the next question is, how the hell do you get the C-clip off? Well, what we're going to do is I may have bent this outer washer prying the plate. I've never seen that before, but this is pretty not round. That could be my fault. I also scored the inside of the case here a little bit. With the screwdriver. A little overzealous, but wanted to get it done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 screwdrivers and I'm going to go from either side and try and pop the plate off. And we're going to hope that it doesn't go flying too far. Well, I did a time lapse to see if it went flying, maybe we'd get funny video of it, but I did okay this time and it didn't go flying. There's your C-clip. Next thing that comes off is this washer, and well, it came with a couple other things. So this is the washer. It's got a tooth in it. As you can see, it's not flat. It might be my fault with the screwdriver. You can see. So I think I was a little overzealous pulling that. I'll have to pound that flat. It's got a tooth, I think, presumably so that it spins with the rotor. We'll find out. We got a fiber washer. Yeah, I messed all this up. I screwed up the fiber washer. So I can show you. Screwed that up. Let's see what else. There's a few more of these. Yeah, I don't know, that's surprising, but it looks like that's what happened. So here's a thicker washer. Again, I messed that up a little bit. Here's another washer. This one's okay, I guess it was far enough in. And then that's it. Now we're pretty close to ready to take that out of there. And let's see how it does. And there we are. Rotor is out. Housing is clear. Now we want to clear out as much of the old oil as we can. So what I do is I take the U-shaped felt that they shove in there and I soak it with some alcohol. Rubbing alcohol to be exact. Isopropyl. I go with the 90 if you can get it. Alright, so taking a look at the rotor. Alright, so we're taking a look at the rotor. These are pretty standard. They're all the same. It's got the little blades to cooling blade. And then on the inside, we have our rotor with the grooves. And the point of this groove is to bring the oil up. When the oil repeats, it keeps looping around from the back to the front. And if we look here, we can see it's hard to see, but the other felt. See that little white spot there? That's the other end of those felts on the back. These felts run all the way up. They don't come out of there. There's not much you can do about it. So that's sort of the deal on that. You just do as much cleaning as you can. Mostly it's going to be cleaning the oil out of this felt. I got some rubbing alcohol in here, and this will hang out, and then I'll pat it, and you'll get as much of the old oil out of there as you can. You can't do it all, but you can do a little bit. So that's what we do. So right now that's soaking, and we'll clean up the shaft here and the internal bearing surface in there. As you can see, that's what needs to be cleaned as well. We'll just do all that, you know what I mean? That's how we do it on these fans. So enjoy. All right, as you can see, I totally screwed up these washers. Yikes. And that one's cracked all the way through, this one too. So that's pretty bad. But this is the ones, I picked these nylon ones up when I did the Riviera fan. And these are about the same thickness, so I think we're going to be cool with this. It should be fine, because I'm not going to put these back in the motor. Let's see about the other ones. Again, the tooth one is going to have to be flattened out because I definitely damaged that. And then this one, this one's okay. This last one. So that's all right. So this one can be reused. I'll clean the oil off of it. And then this one we'll use. They're all the same, and then this needs to be flattened out, and that's the deal on those. Yeah, kind of screwed those up a little bit. Overzealous with the pulling of the plate. So, note to self, be more careful in the future. There you go. So you can see by the color, a lot of oil has already come out of this felt, and that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. So, we'll do, over the next day or so, we'll sort of sop that out and see how much oil we can get out of it, and then it needs to dry fully before we can put it all together. So when we come back, it'll be a few days later. And here we go. All right, you can see here, a lot of crap came off of the back of the plate, whatever that, it's just old oil that got gunked up on there. I don't know, it felt more like glue or something. But nonetheless, that came off like that. We got it fairly cleaned off, it's okay. And then this is what we do with this. You can see a lot of oil came out of that. So I just drip it dry here. And then I just give it a squeeze. Not a lot came out of this. I've already squeezed it once. Give it a little squeeze here. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, you can see a little bit of the early type oily discoloration there. We just want to try to get as much out as we can, really. Pretty good. We'll let it soak a little more overnight, and then we'll do one final one. So there you go. That's the point of doing this process, is to get that dirty oil out of the felt. That's the most we can do, really. The bearings are cleaned. I ran a paper towel through the main bearing here, singular. The bearing is cleaned with some WD-40 on it. That's drying off, and the shaft came out nice. There's nothing in the groove, so that's pretty clean all the way down as best as we can, right? The fan's not very dirty. I really don't think it was used very much. So that's the deal with that. So this will be the end of this video. Next video will be reassembly and test run. So thanks a lot for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the old GE. Hopefully we'll be okay with thrust washers. I kind of screwed up these thrust washers, being a little overzealous. Pulling the plate, so hopefully it'll go together okay. We'll find out, right? And you'll be here to see that. So see you then. Thanks for watching.